Greetings. Today I want to speak on the subject of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, wise and foolish magicians. You see, what I'm speaking about is written in the Bible, but you have to understand that the Bible, from the beginning to the end, it's all parabolic. You have to know that the Bible was around 88 books, and they take out some of the books, but in Ethiopia, they still have the oldest and the most original Bible with all the books in it. And that's the reason why Ethiopia has never been colonized. There's a reason for that. Okay. And so when you realize that 99.99999% of people in this island have a magic book in the house, but they don't know how to use it. But I'm here to say to you that you're a magician. Whether you believe it or not, you always creating. And you can either create consciously or you can create unconsciously. Well, I would like to teach you how to create consciously. That is why I remove the idol, the white idol, out of the Bible. And for the past 3, 4 or so years, if not 5 years, I've been selling the 66 books of magic, the Overcomer's Bible, where Jesus has been removed and there's a blank space for you to write your name. Do you know your name is I Am? Do you know that I Am is the name of all of humanity? And that I Am is the name of God from generation to generation? And do you know that you can never say I Am and not referring to yourself? Also, do you know that the universal question of life would all be, who am I? And when the answer comes, it must be I am. That I am. Which is to say, I am whatever I believe myself to be. For as a man thinketh in his what? Heart. The heart is speaking of what? Your subconscious. Do you know that you have a conscious and a subconscious mind? And the Bible speaks about the conscious and the subconscious mind as the 2 fishes. And do you know the 5 loaves, speaking about the 5 senses? And if you know how to use those 2 super senses, which is your conscious and your subconscious mind, along with the 5 senses, you can have and be and do anything that you so desire in this world. So my brother, my sisters, most people have a magic book and do not know how to use the magic book. They don't even believe that they are magicians because they don't know that magic and miracles is the same thing. They tell you a man turn water into wine. Well, let me go bring water. As a motherfucker about the water here. Our preacher take this water and turn it into wine if the Bible is literal. If it's not parabolic, from Genesis 1 to Revelation 22. Don't make no one fool you and tell you that some of it is literal and some of them and some is parable. All of it is parable. Okay? You see, when you understand the power of your imagination, then you will understand St. John 1 and Genesis 1. You realize Genesis 1 is in the beginning God. God is invisible. You tell you everything starts from the invisible. Do you realize that this motor car that is sitting here, it was first invisible, then made visible? And when it was invisible, it was in someone's mind, Henry Ford. And when it was in his mind, you couldn't see it, you couldn't touch it, you couldn't smell it, you couldn't none of that with the 5 senses. But you had to tap into the 6th sense. And do you know these people were given this kind of knowledge since they were little children? So you realize how far ahead they are of you, because I come into this knowledge around the age of 4 and 5. But at the age of 17, I was already given the coat of many colors. And at the age of 30, the true Messiah, which is a black man just like me, he gave me my commission after I walk out of the fire that doesn't consume. Do you realize that? And that's how I come to know that many people who know this truth teaching the children. And that's how I know that certain thing was passed on from lip to ears. That is why if you look around in your society, you see certain people who's ruling financially because it's economic slavery. They keep it, yeah. Morning. Is economic slavery they're keeping you in. And the reason why they could keep you in economic slavery, because you do not know anything about energy, vibration, and frequency. So you do not know money is energy. So you chase after money instead of chasing to know who you are. So you know how to use your energetic body to create your reality consciously. So my brothers, my sisters, you are a magician. Okay? They tell you that a man feed 5,000 people with 2 fishes and 5 loaves. You ever see any preacher do that? You ever see anyone do that? They tell you a man walk on water. You ever see any preacher walk on water? The reason why they can't do it, it is because it's not literal. It's all parabolic. It's all parabolic. It's parables. But they cannot understand the parables. You see, there are many people who have certain ambition. Okay, so they go to Bible school, they do all of these things. But they have never been initiated into the mysteries. Because you have to be called and sent. And you have to have divine intervention in your life to really unfold and teach the Bible metaphysically and esoterically, to teach it psychologically, to teach it on all 3 levels. Do you know that you are physical, you are psychological, and you are spiritual? Do you realize that? That you're 3 in 1? Yet they're teaching you the Bible on 1 level, which is on the physical level. That's why they teach you it as literal and secular history. When it is a book of mind science, and you have to use your mind to agree or disagree with me. Why do you think a preacher always preach a sermon? Why don't he just display the things of the Bible? And if he do that, then he will shut me up. But the thing is, I will teach you how to display the things of the Bible. I will teach you how to turn water into wine. I wrote a book on that. You can get a book how to turn water into wine. I wrote a book called Your Mood is Your Fortune. Get that book. Along with the 66 books of magic. The Overcomer's Bible plus my other books. Meditate to eradicate poverty. What they tell you? They tell you go to school and get good grades. And that go eradicate poverty. Look around. That does eradicate poverty? Well, if that does eradicate poverty, well, then you will have to tell me that the people, the biggest business right now in the city, they went grammar school and girls high school and so on. They get such and such a amount of subjects. They went such and such a university, and that give them the ability to have plenty money. No. Some of the richest men in this world, they were dropouts. They learn how to calm their mind down. They learn how to focus their energy, how to use their power. They learn the inner science of alchemy. How to take the alchemical substance, which is the formless substance, and bring it into the formed. That is why there's a book called The Science of Getting Rich. I have that book too by Wallace Wattles. You could read 100 times and you won't understand unless you have a mentor like me. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. You could read that 1,000,000 times too. Let's say you get a mentor. One who been initiated. Not by some secret society or some sorority or some fraternity. No. One who has been divinely initiated. One who have no ties with any organization. So my brother, my sister, when I tell you you're a magician, I've proven it over and over and over. I've helped so many people all around the world. But I believe this is the time for me to share with you. I'm the first man in this island, and if not the first black man in the world, that have a Bible that carry his name. And the first man to remove the idol out of it too. So my brother, my sisters, I'm saying all of this to help you to realize what the Bible really means when it says you shall decree a thing and it shall be established. I'm trying to get you to understand what it really means when it says faith is the substance of things hoped for And the evidence of things not seen, people could quote it, they can't live it. There's no way you could know God and be broke and hardly making ends meet. There's no way you could know God and you have a bunch of yoke over your neck. Till you have to say, give me the past your shoulder to be inoculated because your loans and mortgages. There's no way you could know God and in 2020 to 2022 you were so chapped that you had to take the inoculation. You are the wrong God. Which God, who is a loving God, would want you to be broke and poor and miserable and hardly making ends meet? Yet you're giving tithes and offering every Saturday and every Sunday to the church you go in, and they can't make a difference in your life when you're told to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You still have a mindset of lack, scarcity, and mediocrity, and you judge yourself based on money and not knowing that money comes as a result of one's mentality. The more you learn will be the more you will earn. So you have to be willing to unlearn, be willing to relearn, and be willing to reprogram your subconscious mind to accept the fact that you're a magician and to start to use your magical power. Do you know that your word is your wand? I have that book too. Get that book by I think it's Florence Scovel Shinn. She talk about your invisible power too. No, Genevieve Brihen is who talk about your invisible power. I have that book too. You see, when people wanna nice up their vehicle and put on this kind of rims and that kind of rims, they're those who want to buy books. And I'm not speaking from the books. My awakening experience is what led me to get certain books to bring confirmation to my experience, because the people in the island said that's a crazy man. He lose his mind. He didn't believe in Jesus. Yes, of course I believe in Jesus. Black Jesus, not white Jesus. And whether you want to argue whether J was before in alphabet, in the Hebrew alphabet or what, I don't care. All I know, a black man appeared to me and gave me my commission when I was at the age of 30. I know when I was at the age of 17, I was given the rainbow. And I know that the coat of many colors, so I know in not talking about no historical thing thousands of years ago. It's always now. I know the Bible, black people's spiritual history. If they would understand it metaphysically and esoterically, if they would understand it psychologically and break every form of mental slavery. So my brothers and my sisters, I say all of that for you to judge yourself, to see if you are oil in a lamp. So when you say 5 was wise and 5 was foolish, that's something happened all around the world. I just doing this video for the island right now, but it's all around the world. You are the wise and the foolish, you are those who are the oil in the lamp. Man, the oil in the lamp represents your creativity, bro. How creative are you? What is your contribution to humanity? Some people contribution is just criticism. You know? I love the people who are going to criticize me because they have to use their mentality to do so. So anything you say, anything you do is an expression of a thought. Can you imagine that? You know how much years in this island I've been entertaining Christians by telling them that my teaching is that the Bible just is the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically, that it's not literal, neither is it secular history, neither does it have reference to any events that take place on earth thousands of years ago. From the beginning to the end, everybody all a great psychological drama, which means everything is now, everything is happening in now. And you know they're using their mind to disagree with me, and they will realize it's their own mind they're using to disagree with me. Could you say yesterday in yesterday? Could you say tomorrow in tomorrow? There's only now, bro. There's only now. Don't get chopped with what they call Saturday and Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Every day is Sunday. You can't have a day without the sun. Don't make nobody fool you. It's the rising of the sun and the setting of the sun. And what is shaping your life is the rising and the setting of the sun. That's why I the first man ever come up with the inner sun science and technology to create your reality consciously. That's a whole teaching that people pay me for, to get it, to listen to those videos. And then I'm going to teach you the meditation. That's the true yogic science from our ancestors. Where you think the people, them guru from India, where you think they get their knowledge from? In Egypt, man. You realize black people all over the world. And they fool you and tell you, in this country they tell you some Carib man. Naturally you. They tell you it's a Carib man, right? It means a Carib. you buy the thing that the history they give you in school. They've always been a spiritual system. They pollute the system, like the spiritual Baptist. It's been polluted, but I know everything about it. Because why? I'm in touch with my ancestors. Okay. So, my brother and my sisters, don't use the magic book, man. Don't make the magic book just in your house, catching dust. I guarantee you, 100% guarantee you, once you believe exactly what I say, what I tell you what to do, and so on, you do exactly what I tell you, nothing in this world can stop you from having and being and doing whatever you want to have, be and do in this world. You won't have any money problem and all of those things anymore. I know a man in America who bought my book, Meditate to Eradicate Poverty. Read it and just start to do. And I just scratched the surface in that. Start to do the things that I said to do. The man said, when he have an appliance business that he wanted to expand. When things start on, he say he get frightened, he get scared. You know, people get scared when they start to apply the truths that I teach. A woman who wanted a certain vehicle, get the exact vehicle. I have that on my private Facebook page. There's a woman again, when money starts to manifest in she life, she says she getting scared. All is mind. It's all about the mind. Okay? You're a magician. Time for you to start to practice your craft. Your mystical, magical craft. But of course, you have to believe, you have to know that you're a magician. What do you think faith is? Blind, something blind is a certain understanding. It's equipping you, iron sharpened iron. Me talking to everybody? You think I'm talking to everybody? That's why I make sure I never teach this like how I teaching it now. I make a channel for here. I make sure I didn't do that at a certain time in my life because people say, oh, you want to get rich off of me? I make sure I get certain things first and do certain things first because results don't argue. Results don't argue. To some people, I would be arrogant. I'll be an arrogant asshole to some people. And to some people, I'll be a wise man. It will always be like that. A prophet is not without honor except where? Place where you born and grow up, man. So, you have few. But the few, we work together. As a matter of fact, I already a disciple in this island who doing great. Great. I like to play around too. But it's the truth, okay? Who killing it, okay? And they could tell you, okay? But if they want to keep it secretly, a secret, they could keep it a secret. They don't have to. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just bringing this out to the public because I've been called and sent to do so. But I'm still scratching the surface. I still speak in parables and so on. You know, only people who's in my, you know, inner circle could know certain things. And to begin my inner circle, it costs you a lot. You pay a lot again in the inner circle. You know, all people who know these things always do that. Backpractice, all of them, pick kind of people there. Okay, a white man in backpractice, check him out. They did certain things and just in the inner circle. Okay, so I could go on and on, but the message I'm trying to get across is I use a magician and the Bible is a magic book. You have to learn how to use it. Don't make these preachers who don't know they don't know the hand from their foot. Don't make they come from the ecclesiastical cloth. Man, I could go on and on, but I'm going to come to a close. I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me, and what I'm saying, if it makes sense, if it really resonates with you, and you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encouraged you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, my biggest encouragement to you is to make sure that you check out all of the links that are down below, and let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So with that being said, I just want to say, peace, love you all, I'm out.